Hey, what's up guys? Joker here. Today we are going to be doing another edition of PCGN as we got pretty much all gaming news today. We're going to be talking about a new driver, but it's also gaming related, so it's pretty much all gaming news today we're going to be going through, so let's jump right into it, shall we? Today's video is brought to you by LevelGo.com, where you could pick up all of your favorite games coming out in the year 2019, as well as software like Windows 10 Pro for just $16, Microsoft Office 2016 for under $40, and Office 2019 Professional Plus for just $80. And if you head over there with the links down in the description below, you can get 12% off of Windows 10 with the code JKL12 at checkout, or 10% off the entire website with the code JKL10. Just hit up the links down in the description below for more info, and be sure to use those coupon codes. The first topic I want to talk about is The Division 2, which has been out for a couple of weeks now, and I am still playing it, which is usually a sign that I'm enjoying it, because I usually give up on games pretty quickly and kind of get bored of them, but I've been playing the hell out of this, even though I've reached max rank, I've reached World Tier 4, and I'm pretty much just rinsing through and doing daily and weekly challenges and things like that to keep myself interested until World Tier 5 comes out. Absolutely loving the game so far, so there's a couple of news stories I wanted to talk about with it. First, the patch, which is coming tomorrow, which is 1.07, which is actually going to improve performance on the PC, although it's actually already really good. And also, they released their content roadmap for free content that's going to be coming over the next year. So, first up, as I said, performance issues. Looks like it's going to be getting fixed, at least a specific issue which would see frame rate drops, which I have actually seen in the game. Even though the game, like 99% of the time, will run like just absolute butter. Every once in a while, there'll just be like this massive dip where it'll feel like it drops down to like 1 frame per second, and it'll only last for a second and then come back right away. But there has been a couple of annoying times where it's happened to be in combat, and it ended up, I think I may have died once because of it. So it is annoying, and I'm really hoping that this frame rate drop issue that they're fixing is that exact issue that I was experiencing, and other people I've been playing with said that they were experiencing that as well in DirectX 12, although it doesn't seem to happen as much in DX11, although DX12 performance is overall better, so you generally want to use that, but the frame rate drop thing does seem to be isolated on DX12. Along on this patch, they are making a bunch of other quality of life changes and UI changes, things like that, making things like push-to-talk default when you turn on the game without having to actually go and enable it itself, because otherwise it would be on your mic was always open and you join into a group with a random bunch of people, and there's one guy with the open mic and you can hear his mom yelling in the background to clean his room and take out the garbage, and nobody wants to deal with that. So push to talk by default. Yes, all games, please do this from day one. No questions asked. Always push to talk. You never, like, who uses open mic on Discord? If you're that one guy, nobody likes you on Discord. Now, as I said, they also published their Year 1 free content and what's going to be coming out over the next year. This doesn't even require the Season Pass or anything like that. The main thing that I want to talk about here is coming on April 5th, so that's just next week, where we are going to finally get World Tier 5. I say finally, like we've been waiting forever. It's been a couple of weeks, but I guess this is one piece of content that wasn't ready for when the game shipped. That kind of seems to be what happened here, and it was delayed. Comes out April 5th, so at least we're not waiting forever for it to come out, and we will finally get the Tidal Basin Stronghold will be unlocked, as well as some other invasion missions, and we also might see some new gear and things like that. Also, there's some rumors that saying we might see raids in this update, although I'm not so sure. On the Year 1 free content, you can see that it does list raids as something that's going to be coming, and there's probably going to be multiple raids, but I'm not sure if we're going to be getting one this soon. There's also going to be new story missions coming out, new challenges, bounty events, conflict mode updates, new cosmetic items and weapons, new projects in the game for unlocking probably blueprints and things like that. So it's really nice to see that they're going to be supporting this game over the next year with free content, because even just after a couple weeks, I feel like I have kind of hit a wall in this game without delving into PvP too much, which I'm not like super into the PvP aspect of this game. So I feel like, you know, with just the single player stuff or the co-op stuff, you do eventually kind of hit this wall where you are kind of like maxed out on your gear score and your level, and you know you're not really getting any more insanely good gear on top of that because you hit this gear score wall, unless you go into the dark zone, and that's got its whole other thing. So yeah, I'm excited to see them continue rolling out single player and co-op stuff throughout the year. I'll keep you guys apprised as new updates for Division 2, as long as I'm still playing the game anyway. Next up, we have Wolfenstein Youngblood, which this is not really a sequel. This is not a full-fledged game, although it is a standalone. You can buy it by itself. I believe it's $30 over on Steam if you do want to preload it, or pre-order it, I should say. It doesn't come out until July 26th. You could think of this very much like Wolfenstein the Old Blood, which kind of makes sense why they're calling this Youngblood. Although in this game, you don't play as BJ Blazkowicz, you actually play as his daughter, Jessica Blazkowicz. And then there's also a couple of other female friends with her in this game, and you can actually even play co-op in this. And not only can you play co-op, but only one of you needs to own the game to play co-op. So if you buy the game on Steam, you can have your buddy join in with you for co-op, and he doesn't even need to buy it. So that's really nice to see that they're doing, but I just want to make sure that you guys know that this is not like a full-fledged game. This is not a $60 title. And if we have anything to go off of based on the Old Blood, that was basically, it was like a 6 to 8 hour kind of fast campaign. It wasn't as heavy on the narrative like you see with the main games like the New Order and things. So those kind of have fully fleshed out characters, really good animations. The Old Blood only had a couple of cutscenes here or there. There wasn't a ton of them like in the main game, and that's kind of one of the ways they keep the cost down. But it's still running around and shooting Nazis, and it was a lot of fun, even in the Old Blood, which wasn't a full-on game. I enjoyed that very much. So I am looking forward to this, although the internet has been creating a lot of backlash on this. You can look over on the page for it right now as I'm getting Skype. Let me go ahead and close that. Yeah, so the initial trailer went up. It has a lot of dislikes. A lot of people are really upset about the fact that it's like female leads and things like that. Honestly, as long as the game is good, I really don't care if I'm playing as BJ Blazkowicz or his daughter or his son or his donkey for all that matters. As long as, actually, could you imagine playing a Wolfenstein game as a donkey where you were like running around with MP40s in your hooves? That would be fucking incredible. Not that I'm calling women donkeys. I'm just saying I would play it no matter who you are, as long as I get to run around with the same fluid animation system and blast Nazis in the face and see them ragdoll across the room. Then fine, just make a good game, don't care who the lead character is. Next up, this is just a quick mention, there is a new Nvidia Game Ready driver. This is 419.67. This is coming out after the Creator driver, which came out last week, which provided some improvements in things like Adobe and other stuff. But yeah, this is an actual gaming driver. It's meant to give the best gaming experience for Battlefield 5 Firestorm, which is the new Battle Royale mode, which just released for that. Also, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which recently got DLSS as well as ray tracing, so this is the best driver for that. And then also for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. So this is coming out a few days after the game release, but at least they are getting out a game-ready driver. And speaking of Sekiro, if you remember last week, we talked about a mod for that would unlock the FPS. However, there was a few little things, like a few steps you had to jump through. You had to use a second thing called Steamlist, which would alter your executable, and it wasn't working for some people. Now there is actually a mod. It's over on Nexus Mods. I will link to this down in the description below. And basically what this does is it does pretty much everything. So it's basically like a launcher tool option. This is what it looks like right here if you look at an example. And you could do a variety of things here. First, you can unlock the FPS to any value that you want. You can also do custom resolutions, which do include 21:9 resolution. So if you wanted to play this in ultra-wide, you can do that with this mod here as well. Just be aware that when it does come to ultra-wide stuff, that the game HUD is still locked into a 16:9, and that includes things like damage effects. Like when you get damage in the game, the corners of the screen would turn red. So even if you're playing on an ultra-wide screen with this mod, it would be limited to just the middle, so it kind of like makes like a red box in the center. It's not a perfect fix, but it's better than not having ultra-wide support at all. You can also increase the FOV with this and enable borderless windowed mode, and there's also a hotkey for that. There's quite a few different things that do come along with this mod, and it does not alter the game files at all. It doesn't alter the executable, so you don't have to worry about any of that. You just launch it with after you download it on Nexus Mods, and just go ahead and set the parameters within the options that they give you that you can adjust in there, and it seems pretty much foolproof, and everyone's enjoying it so far. So as I said, link will be down below for that. But I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. That's all of our news topics for today. Please let me know your thoughts, as always, down in the comments below and what you thought of everything that we talked about. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe if you're not already, and if you've been here for a while, maybe consider ringing the notification bell. That way you never miss a video as soon as it goes up live on the channel. And I will catch you guys tomorrow for another video. And by the way, if you're still here, you're still watching at this point, Let me know what you would think in the comments of doing some Division 2 streams over the weekend. I have a buddy that I play with. Maybe we can hop on and maybe even get a couple of community members in there and squad up with us, and we could do a squad of 4. That could be fun, and we can kind of rotate people if more people want to play. But yeah, be aware that we are World Tier 4, so we're pretty high level, so you basically would need to be at our level to play with us. It's like limitations in the game, you know, so yeah. So if you guys would be interested in something like that, even if you just want to watch us play and nobody even wants to join in, let me know down in the comments below. Maybe we could hook up a live stream over the weekend, either on Twitch or on YouTube. I'm not sure where I would do it. If you're still watching, let me know which one you would prefer of those as well. But even if I did it on Twitch, I would probably still make a formal announcement on YouTube to draw people over there. And even that would probably get me banned. Right? Didn't Linus get like a community guideline strike for that or something for linking to Twitch? That's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, as I said, I'm going to go and I'm going to quit rambling here and edit up this video, and then you'll watch it, which would be in the past by now because you're already watching it. Okay, bye!